Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to demonstrate a very critical aspect of Snowflake regarding the virtual warehouse usage, right? So often there is an assumption that, if I am going to configure a single cluster warehouse and an extra small size warehouse, I will end up maybe running queries sequentially, right? And I will not be able to kind of execute the queries in parallel. Okay. Now this particular video is especially meant around that to understand things in detail, how things happen within the platform, right? For it, what I've done is I have created a virtual warehouse demo underscore wh underscore 202410, and this is of extra small in size. It is single cluster, okay, and not multi-cluster, right? Now, what I do is if I want to see the parameters of this warehouse, I will see certain key aspect of the warehouse level parameters, and one of the aspect is max concurrency level. Over here we see it as 8. Okay, right? Now what I'm going to do is I will be executing multiple queries. Okay, and all of these queries will be executed at a single point of time. I'm not going to execute them one by one, and I will see the behavior within the platform, what happens exactly, right? Is it like out of 8 queries just one will execute and rest 7 will go in delay queue, or what happens exactly, right? I mean, how many queries will execute in parallel, right? To do that, to do this particular experiment, I will be running all these 8 queries, and I will be executing them through SnowSQL CLI. Okay, and I'm copying it, and SnowSQL CLI is already ready for me. What I've done is I've used the same warehouse, and I have disabled the cache, and now I'm gonna paste these 8 statements. Okay, right? And I will see what happens when these queries execute with the same warehouse, right? So I'm just putting in enter, and now I will go to the query history, right, and see what happens to those 8 queries, right? You see what happened? All those 8 queries, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all these 8 queries were compiled, okay, and they've started actually executing within the platform. What does that mean? Even if I have configured my warehouse as extra small, I will still be able to execute multiple queries, and that too in parallel. You see over here, right? All 8 queries are getting executed, and that too they are getting executed in parallel. Nothing is going in delay queue. And what particular parameter controls it? This is the parameter, right? Max concurrency level is 8. That means what? You really do not have to configure a multi-cluster warehouse, right? With the same single cluster warehouse, you can even achieve the parallelism, right? I mean, over here I've just demonstrated it, right, in terms of how 8 queries are executing in parallel. And obviously you see all of these 8 queries got completed even in a matter of 45 seconds, 44 to 45 seconds, right? Now to again do another round of testing, what we will do, no, we will kind of change the warehouse level parameter from 8 to probably 4. Okay, so I am going to execute this particular command. Okay, max concurrency level we will change from 8 to 4, and then we will see what happens when the similar statement will be executed within the platform, right? So this alter warehouse statement, you have to use alter warehouse name, and then probably you will have to set the max concurrency level as 4. Now once you do that, what will happen is your command gets executed. Now when you will just validate this command, you will see that your max concurrency level is actually now pointing to 4. Now when it points to 4, what does that mean, right? This meaning, it will probably mean that whenever I am executing any command, okay, through SnowSQL as a CLI, what will happen is, so over here you see the value is 4, default is 8. Now whenever I will execute the same 8 statements, okay, what will happen is probably I'm expecting kind of maybe 4 queries to be kind of executed at one go, and rest 4 queries will probably be going into some delay queue, right? So let me see what happens. Let's see what happens, right? So I have executed the query. Now I will go to the console, I will refresh the query history tab, and I will see what happens. You see, only 4 queries were kind of submitted into the platform, and 4 queries went to running state. Rest 4 queries went into queued state, because what I am doing is I am restricting my number of queries to be executed as 4, not 8, right? That is how this platform works. So think of it like this 4 queries which is running right now will get the power of 8 threads. What do I mean, right? All of these queries got executed in 45 seconds, we saw, right? Probably all these 4 queries, you will see, they will be kind of finished within maybe somewhere around 20 to 25 seconds, right? Because that is how the entire power distribution happens. So that entire 8 thread power is given to just 4 threads, and these queries will start running faster. 4 queries will be executed in matter of maybe see, 20 to 21 seconds it got executed, right? So that is exactly how things work within Snowflake. And probably this is how we need to kind of configure our virtual warehouse, and not always multi-cluster warehouse will solve your kind of concurrency issue. So your single cluster warehouse also goes a long way in terms of addressing your concurrency kind of use cases. It's all about how do we kind of explore the art of possibilities within the platform, and see how we can enable it to solve lot of use cases within our kind of solutioning landscape. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching this video.